I find out you're at a party with me, and I think you get raped, and I'm fucking like 100% for sure of it, sorry, we're not going to be friends anymore because I'm going to the cops. Because I can't live with my own conscience as a rapist walking around. He could rape out somebody else that night. She's so fake. Well, I'm not saying she's lying. Something tells me this is going to bite her in the ass. I hope the skeptic community gets a hold of this. I think, ladies and gentlemen, you are looking at the next Tana Mojo because she seems to be just as bright.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me
you knew this wasn't gonna end well, baby.
Just let me go.
Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass YouTube broadcast in all the known land. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Tommy C. And this is Shot from the Point. I'm the guy that gets the bull rolling. That's right. We pointed out at some of the strangeness in Miss Clarissa May's story. And I thought it was really funny. She got shifted into grown-up land last night. I like the way Keem dealt with it. You know, she's going on and on. Who raped you? I can't. Who raped you? Okay, have a nice day. Go get fucking wrecked. Keem's video last night was 25 in the top 25 trending. Now everybody knows who you are, and what a shock, now your tweets are locked. Not only that, she went on Scarce and doubled down. And we're going to watch that interview. And there's more questions than answers. Clarissa May is hiding behind raising awareness. And all she has started is a witch hunt mentality where everybody's going, who's the rapist? Who's the rapist? Who could it be? I think it's Jake Paul. I think it's KSI. I think it's Annie Melanakis. She has done more damage to actual rape victims than you can possibly imagine. If you think about Rolling Stone, Duke, Rolling Stone, Lena Dunham, and these situations with false accusations in the last 5 to 6 years. Actually, I think Duke goes back 10. Somebody's going to get hurt one of these days. Somebody's really going to get messed up one of these days. And you're right, because of people like Clarissa May, nobody is going to believe them. It is a bit of a social faux pas to run around and say the guys at the top of the friggin' pyramid are just running around raping everybody. 3 separate stories of sexual assault and rape. Nothing to back it up. But we're not going to concentrate on the tags. The Jake Paul tags and the Cameron guy, whatever the hell it is. No. What I find more interesting was the rape that she supposedly witnessed. Because there's a lot of problems with her story. And we're going to watch it together with our favorite YouTube media personality, Mr. John Scarce. John, who I don't blame him. I'm not going to jump on him too bad. Didn't do. At times he did a good job questioning her. At other times he did not. And we're also going to go over the questions that John should have asked. And he could have asked these questions without putting the alleged victim in danger of being doxxed or found out, if there is an alleged victim. And they're completely reasonable questions. So let's go. Let's get to it. Let's watch the interview. It is bizarre and a bit long. And it leaves more questions than answers. She's in a lot of trouble, I think. She's in a lot of trouble. And this is exactly what I thought would happen. It's exactly what I said was going to happen yesterday. Let's get this thing queued and ready to roll. Let's check out the chat. What's going on, fuckheads? All right. Here we go.
I talked about it in full detail in my video. So basically, we had shown up to this party at this influencer's house, and I was with my friend. I was calling her, you know, Susan in my video.
Why are they calling her an influencer? That's new.
And we wound up sort of losing track of each other during the party, and I found out later that when I had lost track of her, she apparently had been pulled, pushed, whatever, into a room by this influencer, and she had been raped. And I found out about this afterwards. She was acting very, very weird. You know, she wanted to leave the party, and so we left, and she told...
Wait a minute. You said you found out about this episode afterwards. In your video, you said you heard it first. So are you changing your story now? You heard it, and you couldn't get in because the door was locked. Now you're saying you heard it afterwards. That's an inconsistency. Needs to be covered.
Me exactly what had happened, and
yeah, so she didn't witness anything, Fidel. That's not what she said yesterday. That's not what was played on Scarce yesterday. Scarce probably should have picked up on that.
I was honestly in shock. I mean, I would never think, you'd never really think that something like this would happen to you or to your friend, you know?
Yep.
Yeah. So,
yep. Scarce. He's Larry fucking King.
So,
yeah, that's crazy, and a lot of people have a lot of questions about this because you know, people want to know who the YouTuber is, but I know you told me that you can't say anything about it right now because I'm guessing that you guys are trying to. You guys did already file a police report, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've talked to the cops.
Did you file a police report, or did you talk to the cops? This is where Scare should have followed up. It's two different things. Now, he knows that that's what you're supposed to do. But I noticed that yesterday. She didn't say anything about it. She just talked to the cops in her comment section. And by the way, not in her original video.
Talk to authorities. We're working through everything right now, so.
Okay, I completely understand. Do all of the people in your video have big YouTube channels? Or was it just that one person who did that stuff to your friend?
They all have big YouTube channels. The person who did something to me doesn't really, but the other people do.
Okay. So they're big on like Instagram and stuff?
Yeah, Instagram, YouTube, just big overall, you know, really highly well-known, and a lot of people look up to them. Just sort of your classic, you know, social media influencer type of guy.
Yeah, definitely. So how many subscribers does this YouTuber have who harassed your friend? Can you give us that information? I mean, give us a ballpark. Like, was it 10?
He does have great hair, faceless. By the way, welcome to the program. It's beautiful.
10 million subscribers?
It's like it's grandma. What a comb. Don't distract me, faceless.
Was it 1 million subscribers? Was it 100,000 subscribers?
It was in the millions.
Okay. Guys, we can find out. We could probably get this down to 20 people. In the millions. How many people in Los Angeles, assuming it was in Los Angeles, have a million scrubs? Was it anywhere between 20 and 50? And you could probably knock off 10 because some of them are companies, individual YouTubers. Individual male YouTubers that have more than 1 million subs, assuming in Los Angeles. Now you got your list.
In the millions. Okay. As you said, your friend was allegedly raped at this party. Can you tell us whose party this was? Was it like a YouTuber's party? Was it just a party for all influencers, or?
It was actually.
He's getting on the trip too. He's like, well, if she's saying it, then I'm gonna say it too.
I can't say whose party it was because it was that person's party. The person who did that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we assume that it's at their house.
Were there any other big YouTubers at this party?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, generally at parties around here in LA, you'll have a lot of influencers around.
So there's a lot of big YouTubers that I'm sure everyone's heard about before?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to get into the big question here that I think a lot of people have been asking you. So why exactly did you put Jake Paul and Cameron Dallas in your video tags after you uploaded that video? Because I feel like a lot of people saw that in your tags and then they...
It was probably shoe nice. You're fucking sick, faceless.
Started asking, you know,
yeah.
Was Jake Paul and Cameron Dallas the ones who you were talking about in this video? Like, did they actually sexually harass your friend? And I guess you did deny that. But can you go more into that?
They weren't the ones, but I put them in the tags because I had literally been on a management call like a few weeks before that, and they had told me, you know, put trending tags, put trending people in your tag.
Yeah, I knew she'd make this defense. And in fairness, a lot of people are doing that. She's not the only one that puts trending people in their tags when it has nothing to do with the video. But she has admitted to using misleading tags.
And I did that because I wanted to get more views on the video to raise awareness. And a lot of people are looking at this as, you know, oh, I wanted to have more views so that I'd get more attention. But honestly, I made the video not for attention for myself, but for attention to the problem at hand. Because
well, guess what? It didn't come off that way because it's all about you. And the way it came out, you opened up with a story about makeup. Then you went on and said a big YouTuber was locking people out of the house. And if you take your shirt off, you get back in the cold weather. Then you went on and said you heard a girl yelling no and couldn't get behind a door. That's what you did. And the third one, you said you were a victim.
Because it's a big problem and people just don't talk about it because, you know.
That's another thing. This idea, and this is how you know, that she's repeating talking points. Go to any SJW female channel. They're almost constantly talking rape. I mean, this generation talks about rape and suicide more than any freaking group of people I've ever met in my entire life. Rape, suicide, blah, 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 blah. I think I know why everybody trolls and jokes about all these outrageous shit, that they wouldn't have done it because they're inundated with it. Obsessed almost. Nobody talks about this. Are you kidding? What planet are you from? Obviously, you never went to an American college because they seem to be obsessed with it too. Even going to the point, repeating a lie about 1 in 5 women being sexually assaulted on campus, which they can't verify. And it doesn't make sense or is even consistent with FBI statistics. It's been debunked. Everybody's talking about this. Who are you kidding? It sounds like virtue signaling.
What happened to me with all the hate and all the messages that I'm getting right now is the thing that people are afraid of. And so I put them in the tags because I wanted to get more.
What happened to me? Listen to that. That makes no sense.
You know, what happened to me with all the hate and all the messages that I'm getting right now is the thing that people are afraid of. And
what are they afraid of?
And so I put them in the tags because I wanted to get more exposure for the video and have it be, you know, in people's recommended videos more, not because they were the people. And the second that I realized that people were looking at it as, you know, oh, they did this because they're in the tags, I literally went on my phone. I wasn't even home. I went on my phone and I deleted them right out.
Hey, can you take? That's another thing. I couldn't figure out how to do this.
Because he did follow me.
Big $20 super dubs. I found out I failed last year at high school. I feel like it's more important than this fishy shit. Thank you so much, super dubs. Hey, I don't know that you can do this. Something I picked out. And I may be ignorant of this too. Is there any way to change your tags in your phone? Because I don't know how to do that. Somebody might want to look. Is it possible to change your tags with the app on the phone? And you also got to keep in mind Samsung, and you got to keep in mind, I guess, iPhone, the 2 major operating systems for phones. I don't know how to do that. I haven't been able to figure out how to do it today. It doesn't matter. I'm asking the chat right now. Get back to that later.
I really know both of them. I don't really know Jake all that well, but I do know Kim.
I saw you made.
You can change your tags in your phone. If anybody could send me a screenshot, actually, somebody teach me how to do it.
A video with Logan and Jake in it. So.
Yeah, no, I made a video with Logan. Jake wasn't in it, but yeah, I've met him.
Oh, okay.
Cameron actually used to live in my same apartment building.
You know, she doesn't even seem mildly guilty that she put those 2 guys' names in the tags. It's like, oh my God, everybody just jumped to a conclusion. Well, it's a reasonable conclusion to jump to when you're making a vague accusation about a giant YouTuber and a giant YouTuber's name is in the tags. You're making an accusation. You're helping the witch hunt. Everybody in the chat right now, shame on you fuckheads. Who did it? He did it. He did it. And I know most of you guys are trolling and joking around. But, I mean, in some sense, this ain't funny. Now everybody in the community is running around, oh, well, who did it? You did it. He did it. She did it. The only thing that's good about this is nobody's getting named. And very likely nobody ever will get named.
So.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this is the problem. Like, we checked and we found out that, like, if you do have default tags, like I had default tags in my videos, you added those tags after you talked about harassment and roofie and rapist in your tags, and you can't add tags before
Well, she didn't say they were in the. This is something I think he was hoping to nail her. You can't. That he's right. You have the default tags. The tags are going to come on. I used to have the default tags. I actually type them in now. So if these were a part, she didn't say they were default tags. So if these were a part of the default tags, it's impossible because they're at the end. She typed them in at the end. So if they're default tags, now she didn't say they were default tags. She said her company called her and said start putting trending people in fairness to her. But it is a little fishy. It's not even circumstantial evidence. But had she said they were in my default tags because my company did it, we got a big problem. But it is a little weird. The tags were in the end.
You can't add tags before your default tags.
That's true, 100%.
Did you add those afterwards? Did you delete them and then add them again after you put the?
It's in the YouTube Creator app. All right, I don't have that. I have to get that one.
Yeah, that's pretty much what happened because I went through and what I usually do with my videos is. I go through and I add in the tags that are relevant to the video, and then I'll re-add in the tags that I had before to try to get the video boosted in views. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of what happened, and I honestly didn't even think about it when I added them in. I obviously should have.
So do you regret it now? Do you regret doing it?
Well, I tell you something. Something else I noticed. This is body language. I don't think Scares is buying this anymore. He's gone from kind of hearing her out to and I know in live videos, he says he does believe it at the end. He's playing it safe because he doesn't want to be called a victim blamer. And I don't blame him. I'm not calling him a pussy here. But I tell you something, his body language changes more and more oh, fuck.
That now?
I mean, because people were so quick to jump to conclusions, yeah. I mean, I would never want those people to be accused of things that they didn't do just because I put them in my tags to try to get more exposure. So I was not expecting anybody to even be able to see the tags. I forgot about that.
Come on. 500,000 subs. Fuck.
That plugin entirely because I'm kind of a failure at YouTube. I don't use that
500,000
plugin apparently as much as most people do. So I wasn't thinking about it from that perspective and, that's sort of how that whole thing wound up happening. But yeah, I added them in after I had edited all the other tags because if you look through my videos, usually I have automatic tags and I went through and I edited them recently when my management told me, put in more relevant tags. And so I went through and I just re-added the tags that would hopefully boost the video and added in ones that were relevant to the actual title.
So do you think Jake will get mad that you put him in the tags of your video, or what do you think?
I don't know. I mean, I can hope not. I mean, most people, the thing is, most people put Jake Paul in the tags of their
In fairness to her, she's correct. A lot of people doing that now. Let's be honest.
Video. At least most of my friends. I mean, I was just on the phone with a bunch of my influencer friends saying...
But isn't that kind of misleading?
Influencer. This is a new one to me. I don't like it.
Because your video wasn't about Jake Paul, you know what I mean?
I thought YouTuber was okay.
And if I'm
actually, it's kind of stupid too.
Gonna put tags in my videos, maybe they'll be a little bit, I'll be putting them in there to get views.
Look at his eyes. I don't know. I just love this kid.
But it'll still kind of have.
Why didn't you come meet me in New York for drinks? I don't know why.
Relevance to the video.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, most YouTubers will put in things like, Jake Paul, Tana Mojo, Logan Paul, Team 10, all those, just to try to boost it. And I don't know why our management always seem to think that, that's a good idea to put those in. But I've talked to my other friends and they said, yeah, I've got those names in some of my videos, even if they're not relevant to the actual video. Just
another thing, too, they probably suggested it if they did. They didn't make her. And you did type them in yourself. They weren't, these weren't default tags. You did type them in.
To try to boost it because those tags are always trending. So, I mean, it's more of an exposure matter rather than this is directly relevant to the video,
Okay. And did you see, did anyone else at the party, any of the big YouTubers, did they know this was going down and didn't do anything about it? Because you did say that he ended up closing the door to his room and you could even hear what they were doing.
That was only when I went, up to the door and I tried to unlock it, but I was terrified because...
Wait a minute. She contradicted herself. Didn't she say in the beginning that she found out about it after? Maybe she misspoke.
In that moment, all I was thinking was she was in there, I was out there, and they came out very, very soon after I heard that. And so I don't honestly think that anybody really realized what was going on. People are so unaware. I think mostly everybody there was drunk. And so they were just unaware of what was going on. We left really soon after that. So
You know?
I mean, my other friend who was with me obviously knew what was going on, and our close friends did.
We're all fucked up, you know? People get raped. Shit, like, oh, KSI was laying on the couch. Rice Gum was fucking out heroin. What are you going to do?
Because I was caught off guard because he did follow me.
$5 anonymous. Putting Jake Paul in the tags puts the video in recommended children. Great. Well, she wants to spread awareness, and instead she started a witch hunt. That's what those girls in Massachusetts wanted to do. They wanted to spread awareness about witches, and they did.
But not everybody at the party.
How long ago did this happen exactly?
This is important. When did this happen? This is where it gets good.
Back in February.
It's almost 6 months ago. There's a problem, and I'll get into that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I saw that you and Jake, or you and Logan, made a video last month.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, oh, maybe that just happened. Maybe...
Oh God, no! It was nothing to do with Logan. No, Logan's a really good guy. He would never. Yeah.
Okay, for sure. Yeah, I didn't think it was Logan anyway, because you commented right away saying it wasn't Logan when the video was uploaded. So does your friend have any proof or like hard evidence, like text and stuff to back up this story?
Text ain't hard evidence anyway, Scarce. And is it a question you should have asked here? Go back to the police report. That's
the tough thing, because she doesn't. I mean, you know, you're not going to get a text from somebody afterwards like, hey, you know, how are you doing? Or like saying anything about...
What Scarce means is if she wrote back something like, you raped me last night, I don't appreciate that shit. And, you know, sort of, and she comes back, no, I didn't. Or, oh, I thought you wanted it that way. That's what he was talking about. He's looking for something like that. But that in itself isn't even evidence. It's circumstantial at best.
What had happened, that's the problem. You know, you're not being recorded. You're not having any evidence that you can actually show to somebody and say, you know.
What about a rape kit? What about a rape kit? In February, we wouldn't have found out. Look, she's going to sit there. She's going to say that she went to the police right afterwards. That's where this story falls apart.
Oh, look at this. I can prove that it happened. And that's why, you know, because
I'm sure you know that, like, YouTubers have gotten accused of this before, you know, big male YouTubers, and they've kind of had their entire lives ruined from these accusations. And I mean, it's completely well-deserved if that really did happen, but it's like, you know, fans want to know, you know, who's telling the right story in the situation, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I mean, I totally understand.
This is about me, my views.
Understand that this is like a very, very serious thing.
Yeah, and it might have been better that you didn't say the person's name, especially if you didn't have hard evidence, because even making an accusation like that can get you in legal trouble, you know, if you don't have the evidence to back it up.
That's the problem.
Awareness. I think they should all be aware of this fucking rapist on this planet. Then they go to parties and conventions with kids. Fuck this. Pisses me off. And it's a good point.
Even if you go to the police and you say, hey, this has happened to me, you know, they're going to look at you. They're going to ask for hard evidence. And if you don't have any, they're just going off of your word.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You go to the police with this girl, you being a witness to her yelling her no. They're going to ask her to submit to a rape kit. Or I think it's called an SAK. That's what they're going to do. They're not going to say, hey, so what hard evidence do you have? No, they're going to go look for it. And if they believe your story and your material witness, they're going to get a warrant. And they're going to go into the room where the crime took place and take forensic evidence. You just don't go to the police and say, hey, I got raped. Hey, got any evidence? Not really. It's kind of my word against his. Have a nice day. Doesn't work that way. That's why people are saying it's bullshit. And the other part is they're pissing them off. And now, if you are telling the truth, there could be a rapist out there. In fact, apparently the old upper tier of YouTube in Los Angeles are running around raping girls. And you're like, well, I can't say anything because I'm going to get killed. Because I don't have any evidence.
And, you know, you're telling the truth, but there's nothing more that you have to back yourself up, and it's a really tough situation.
Well, they'll look for it. They're going to ask you for the kit right away. They're going to take you to the hospital. That's the first thing they're going to do. Something pops up in that kit, they're probably going to hit that place right away. They're going to go to the scene of the crime. Unless they say, and that's what I think is coming here. When she gets pressured on these things, because like, well, we told the cops and they weren't interested. They're going to blame the cops. And if you pressure her more, you're going to be victim blaming. It's a defense mechanism. This smells more and more like it was a stunt for views, and she didn't know what she was way in over her head. Way in over her head.
Situation to be in.
But I'm sure you know that there has been a lot of instances where, a girl will regret having sex with a guy, and then she'll say that he did something awful to her. What's that got to do with anything, and genius? Then, there's been a lot of fake rape cases out there that have actually ruined a lot of guys' lives. So that's why a lot of fans just want to see, some serious evidence on this, because a lot of fans are kind of freaking out. They're like, oh, maybe this YouTuber didn't do it,
Somebody wrote, rape is one of the hardest crimes. What did you write? Rape is one of the hardest crimes to prove, but now this bitch told us to be. Yeah, I know. It's actually making. Yeah, and people generally, you get enough stories like this.
Because I was caught off guard because he did follow me.
Thank you so much. If it is if this is true, I think he's told it. She is just unbelievably stupid. That's it. Super Tropes. If this story is true, she's so immature, so painfully stupid. So painfully out of her wit. She's not adult enough to handle a situation like this. It's clear.
Yeah, I know, exactly. And I mean,
honestly, at this point, I feel like I believe you, but it's just like, like I said, my fans are asking questions right now because they're really skeptical when it comes to this stuff.
I've seen them, on my video as well, asking a lot of questions, and it's
TF. Honestly, F this bitch. Bitches, this why you need to be careful. Because you break up and she's going to go tell people she's raped. Thanks, TF. Yes. I tend to stay away from people that speak in social justice talking points. And I highly recommend it for young men out there.
Tough because there are only so many that I can answer without putting myself under the bus. And, this has already obviously affected my life quite a bit. And I'm trying.
Well, this is about raising awareness. Aren't you willing to make the sacrifice?
Friend message you after your video yesterday? Did you guys talk about it more, or?
She was aware that I was posting the video. I talked with her about it, so she and I sort of had a discussion about the comments and everything. And
did you guys just file the police report, or you do it right after the party?
We did it afterwards.
Don't make sense.
Okay. So this wasn't like a thing that you waited months to do. You guys immediately filed it.
Yeah, we immediately talked to authorities. We actually
didn't say it again. Talk to authorities. Did you file a police report? He really should have pressured her on that.
He was a cop, so we talked to him about it.
And that's important too, and I skipped over it like a dipshit.
We talked to authorities. We actually had a family friend who was a cop, so we talked to him about it, and yeah.
And what did he tell you? Was he involved in the investigation? The only thing he would have told you is, call the police. Who was in charge of this investigation?
Okay. All right, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you don't believe it either, buddy. I want you to remind you what exactly she said. If I get it up here. I think I forgot to load it. Damn it. I want you, this is important. And I don't even care so much that I screwed this up. All right? Here's what I'm going to show you. I want you guys to be 100% clear about what she said.
And ripped her pants off, ripped her underwear off, and raped her.
All right. Ripped her pants off, ripped her underwear off, and raped her. I'm assuming that's what you told the police. The first thing, go to the hospital. Don't take a shower. How do I know this? This was taught to me in the Army. Here's what Scarce should have asked. And this is the biggest problem with her. And I guarantee you none of these questions will ever be asked. And a defense of her defense will more than likely you're victim blaming. Everybody's being mean to me. Number one, did you file a police report?
Because he did follow me.
Thank you, Super Topes. For fuck's sake, this girl does not understand that the police are not like YouTube audiences. No, because I think that's the world she lives in. Good picking up on that. Did you file a police report? That was never answered. Talking to authorities, hey, what's up? What's going on? I know somebody's been raped. They're going to tell you to come in or tell her to go to the hospital. And if you filed a police report, What police department did you file the report with? This is a reasonable question, and we don't have to give up the alleged victim. This is what Scare should have said. What police department was it? Where was it? Number 3, is or was there an official police investigation into this crime? That's what it should. That's what he really should have pressed her on. We talked to authorities. Well, if you go up to the cops and you don't have any evidence, they're like, oh, no, have a nice day. Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. And she more than likely will make the rape cultural defense. Scarce just want to get into her pants. I think Scarce is pretty turned off by the end of this. Get out of here, you scrub. Thank you for the $2. Number 4. She would know this, because she was a material witness. Was forensic evidence taken from the alleged perpetrator's home/crime scene? That would have been a good question. It's not getting anything personal. It's binary. Well, no, you could say I don't know. But wouldn't you pay too close attention to this? Another thing is she's saying she's a witness. They would have interviewed her. I'm sorry, guys. It's just your word against his. I think we're just going to close the case right here at the police station. Your family friend that's a cop, do you think he would have tolerated that? Well, they just told us to go home. No, they didn't. I'm calling them somebody up. They just told you to go home? Doesn't make sense. 5. Was the alleged victim subject to a rape kit? Nobody's asked this. This is standard fucking procedure on an accusation, especially one. A girl comes back with a party with another girl that can validate her story. I've been raped. Again, this is what she said in the first video.
And ripped her pants off, ripped her underwear off, and raped her.
Okay, so I'm assuming there's penetration, because that's what rape is. We would have evidence at the crime scene, on her clothes, and possibly on her person, to put it lightly. That's what the rape kit does. They get DNA evidence, all you got to do, and they're going to make him give up his DNA. Since it happened in February, it's very difficult, if not impossible, to believe if a major YouTuber, assuming it was in his house, that somebody wouldn't found out that there was a police investigation into a famous YouTuber. As you said, one of the biggest. But all the biggest have been crossed off the list, like Ricecom, like Logan, like Jake. Makes no sense. And people are really outraged about the tags. They have every right to be outraged about the tags. So you don't even have to go into her story, whether she's been raped, because that is her. That's why I didn't really touch her story, her rape story. Not somebody who's not a YouTuber. This is the one that counts. Because you can't prove the first one, you can't prove the second one, but there's holes in the first because that's the most details she's given. So now, thank you, Clarissa. You're hopelessly and incompetent at the age of 18 already. A hopeless, incompetent, immature dolt to make an accusation like this, be completely vague, and not expect any kind of consequence whatsoever. I'm really shocked you can take care of yourself in a meaningful way. And now, the only choice that you have from here on in is to pull the victim card. That's all you got. That's it. This is horrible what has been done. You are obligated right now to do one. Actually, you're obligated to do one thing. Come clean. That's it. Come clean. You're going to have to say you're full of shit, or you're going to have to name this person for the good of the public. And you have some story. What happened after you went in? What happened with the police? What police department was it? I'll call that police department. I'm saying, hey, how come you didn't give this girl a standard rape kit after she came in there? I bet you don't want me sniffing up there or anybody else. People have every right to suspect this is a bullshit story. Because the story itself doesn't make sense. She contradicted herself in the story. At one time saying she found out after. and then going on and said that she heard the incident. And the fact that her behavior has been, really the original video is about her, and her behavior has been very matter of fact about the entire incident. She was matter of fact about this.
And ripped her pants off, ripped her underwear off, and raped her.
Jesus. This ain't fun and games. This ain't YouTube. It's the real world. And you got a little piece of the real world. Keem fixed your ass. All he wants to know is who raped you so he can make a story. That's the real world, honey. Give a shit about your feelings. Doesn't give a shit if you can get sued or not. You put this in the public. Now it's open for criticism. You're not a victim. Potentially a victimizer. Or you're letting a victimizer continue to victimize people. That's not a position I would want to put myself in. I wonder who talked you into this. Better run in the arms of feminism now, because they're the only ones that are going to believe you bullshit. You want to get in this? Actually, start filling it up now, waiting to call. Hit Discord. I'll take your dumb calls from all you fuckheads. Appreciate the way the store has been doing. That's right. Check it out. Official merch store. We got t-shirts, hoodies, women's t-shirts, and a certified fuckhead cup or certified fuckhead shirt. You can do all sorts of stuff in all sorts of colors. Make sure you hit the description box below. Shop in the boy. Merch. Come on. Be an official fuckhead. There you go. So you can hit the description. Go into Discord. Click on the link. I'll drop and drag you in. We can have a conversation about this. The only thing else I got that I thought, two things I thought were interesting in YouTube news. YouTube is apparently in their quest to heroically get rid of all the war videos and gory videos. It looks like they may have actually deleted evidence of war crimes. Oops. So due to their, thank the Wall Street Journal. There's terrorism videos on there. There's gory videos on there. Well, now they're off, and if they were going to be used in the case. Although, now that I'm thinking of it, if it was really that important, they probably should have been copied somewhere. But, yeah, way to go. And the other thing is Sargon of Akkad, who has been permanently banned, apparently, from Twitter, this time permanently. And the weird thing is there's no incident. He was apparently arguing with the alt-right because the YouTube skeptic community is kind of turning towards them, rightfully so. And by all reports, it wasn't all that. It wasn't like a Miley-Annapolis incident where he got kind of a big nasty fight. The reason he was he lost his account was targeted abuse. He in the 24 hours prior to the permanent ban, he was what do you call it? He was actually engaging with the alt-right. My guess, Jack just banned him because of his influence. The fact that he has 500,000 subs or 500,000 followers, big influence never got verified. When guys get verified that had 2,000 subs that work for fucking EA Sports, I think it tells you everything you know. I think they just clipped him. They've got no reason. There's no reason to bring him back. They're just clipping him. And you're probably going to see that more and more on YouTube going forward. He does have a second account that had a 6-day ban. I don't expect that to last. I think they've just had enough of Sargon. Whether he's breaking the rules or not, it's completely, like I said, there's no incident. There's nothing there. There's nothing there. They just clipped him. Progressives being progressives, and on with the death of free speech. Let's start the calls. Benji, you're on the air. What's up? What's up, guy? Flip that switch one more time, buddy.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, cool. So, have you seen Keem's tweet saying Jake Paul indirectly paid for my new car?
No, but I heard about it. I'm sure he's right.
Bro, that's some crazy shit, man. He fucking posted a picture with like 160K.
Yeah, so it doesn't shock me. This is big money. This is where YouTube's going. Going to the kids.
Yeah, true.
Little kids.
Yeah.
I'm sure. And I tell you something. Scarce's numbers aren't bad either.
Oh, yeah,
Scarce
true.
is looking
just
pretty
a little
good, too.
lower than Keem at this point.
Yeah. So, they both looks like they're both
man.
3 million at the same time. What else you got?
Yeah, but honestly, fuck this bitch, man. Like, she's such a lying hoe, man.
I'm not calling her a liar, but I certainly don't buy the story.
Yeah. But you don't watch. After all this, she's gonna have a shit ton of fucking like 12-year-old fans that just fucking think she's a goddess and all that.
She is gaining. She's got like 2,000 in the last 3 days.
Yeah.
Unless
because I was caught off guard because he did. No,
so fuck Twitter for making me use Facebook. Yeah, I know. That's where I'm going to. Yeah. All right, Benji. Thanks for the call. If you'd like to make a call, click on Discord. Go and wait and call, and I'll bring you in. Hi, speaking of Keemstar, I love Keemstar. You're on the air.
Hey.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, I don't know what the hell Scarce was doing in that interview. Seriously.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't ask any good questions. That's why I love Keemstar, because he would have gotten right down to the point. He would have exposed her.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, he would have done probably a better job. But I'm a little sympathetic for Scarce, to be honest with you, because he doesn't want to be called a victim blamer. So he probably backed off. Now, I don't think Keem would have been as direct as I would. I think he would have cut. I think he would have just Keem would have just repeated himself over and over again. Who raped you? 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 Okay, can't sell that. Get the fuck out. Which is essentially what he did in the subs. So I don't. I think he would just that's the way he argues too. He just kind of circular arguing. You find a different way to say the same thing. What everybody should have concentrated is her account of the actual rape itself, not the other two incidents, because that sounds the flukiest. So you can ask her questions. Where did this happen? What police department? So you can check out if there was a police department, if it was filed, if there was a rape, because the police aren't going to release this. And then you can follow up. You mean to tell me you walked in there and said that there was a rape taking place, and they were like, "Do you have any evidence?" And you were like, "No," and they told you to go home?
No, I know she's clearly lying. So I'm saying,
but Keem is only interested in who got raped. He's only interested in the accusation. He's not going that deep. Trust me.
I know, but like, I feel like either Keem would have gotten an answer out of her. He wouldn't have gotten an answer.
He might have got her to trip up. I'll give you that.
Yeah, or he would have made her look like a complete liar.
Well, he made her look like a complete jackass. I don't know if you know that, but that was that was in the top 25 in trending videos in the last 24 hours. So everybody knows who she is now. She fucked up. I called it yesterday. The next town of Mojo.
Yeah. Also,
what you got?
You know how I'm black, right?
Yeah.
My dad was talking to me about like the Trump thing, whatever, and he was like yelling about like the Trump statement, and I was like, I think Trump's statement was fine. Like I don't really care about it.
Do you need a place to live now, kid?
Yeah. No, I was like, yeah, like Trump said, but there was wrong on both sides, and I was like, yeah, wasn't there wrong on both sides? Like no one should be fighting. My dad slapped the shit out of me.
Did he really?
Yeah.
That's not good.
I know. Like,
well, I was gonna say if he was sane, to send him the video of them being they're violent on both sides.
I know he doesn't even listen though. It's
no,
crazy.
Bother. I don't do it with my father either. You know what? Don't do that again. Just you know what? Know the truth yourself. Know the truth yourself. Yeah. You know, a lot of people. Tim Pool. Watch Tim Pool's latest video on this. The alt-right and the far left, the anti-far, they're looking for troops. And I think he put it the best. They're not looking because they're calling everybody a commie that doesn't agree with them, or everybody an alt-right or a Nazi that doesn't agree with them. They're looking for troops. You are with them or against them, and this is how this shit starts. That's the way it started in Germany. We had the Browns versus the Reds, and that's exactly what's going on down there. Be above it. Stay away from it. I don't know. I don't care what your politics are. Stay away from these extremists. The racial problem is never as bad as those two groups would have it tell you. Would tell you. They want it to be bad because they see light at the end of the tunnel for themselves. When all these people are getting killed and maimed and God knows what else. All right?
Yeah. One more thing.
What?
My dad and like a lot of black people in my family, they act like white people are so racist.
Yeah.
But like it's just not true. Like I feel like my family is more racist than more racist against white people than white people are actually racist.
Well, here's what I tell you, kid. I'll tell you what my grandfather told me. No group of people's got a lock on being an asshole. Your family is probably not any more racist than anybody else. That's the good news. It's just people in general. And I think this whole situation with Black Lives Matter, with the alt-right, with the Antifa, I think it's pumping and scaring a lot of people. And your family may be victim of just being freaked the fuck out. And I don't blame them in some aspect, but you got to kind of, like I was saying yesterday, you got to rise above it. You got to look at the truth and stay away from these extremist groups. Don't join them. That's all you got to do. Look out for you. And I don't, I don't want your dad whipping your ass. Especially, you shouldn't be whipping your ass over a difference in opinion. That's not healthy. But all right, I'd actually like to whip your ass personally. I would. Take care, man. Have a good one. All right. Commie C, you're on the air.
Hey, Tommy.
What you got?
Long-time fan, first-time caller.
No, you're not.
I just want to say thanks for your service.
Shut
Keep
up.
up the good work.
Eat me.
I have no input on the show. I just wish.
Why did I put him in? Another idiot. Nick Golo. Golo, Nick.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi there.
Long-time fan, first-time caller. Just want to say thanks for the service.
Fuck off, you cunts. I see what you're doing. Cameron, I swear to God, I'll never let you call again if you pull this shit. I'm not joking. Confrat, you're on the air. Go ahead. Test me. Test me.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Do it. I swear to God, I'll ban you.
First time caller. Dabbing them here.
Man, you think I was kidding? Try it again, motherfucker. Who else wants to get banned from the Discord? Well, Cameron spends a lot of time in there. Former rat, want to get banned? Go ahead.
Let me mute the stream real fast.
Yeah, what do you got?
So you're talking about the rape claims again with this bitch?
I don't know. You been watching the damn stream?
No, I just fucking joined.
What do you got, man?
I don't know.
You just want to talk?
We're talking about her again, so
yeah.
Let's see. It's fucking the signal calling, like you said again. It's attention, like you said last stream. It's
that
just
too.
Yeah, money. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with making money.
It's fucked up as well. Like, it's super fucked up.
Oh, it's beyond. You just don't do stuff like this. You don't go out and say there's a big.
No, it's not right.
No, it's not right. It's wrong. This is wrong. This is not raising awareness to help women out that are being raped. This is pissing people off, and it's caused a witch hunt. And everybody's pointing fingers. They're playing who's the rapist? It's not healthy.
Yeah.
You raised awareness for anything. And people that are having problems like this and issues like this are less believable. Thanks to you, Clarissa. Thanks to you.
It's just stupid that people do this for attention when there's people actually getting raped out there.
Yeah,
and they're taking all the attention from themselves and away from them.
Yeah.
It's fucking retarded.
It is pretty retarded. All right, former rat. Thanks for being such a supporter.
Yep, no problem, dude.
Buy a t-shirt, you jerk.
No.
Deucey Dank made a good video about Great Andrew A about a fucking millennium ago.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I put out a new video about some family pranking channel recently.
Did you? How'd it do?
If you want to check that out. Anyway, I just wanted to vent.
It better got it. Did it get over 1,000 hits?
No, it hasn't.
No, I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. Fuck it. What do you got? Buddy?
Anyway, this is kind of tangentially related about. I made a YouTube comment on this girl who reviews books. She's about like 40 or 50,000 subscribers. She read a book where the main character is Black, Jewish, and lesbian. Her family is white. Her stepbrother has bipolar disorder. Her crush is Black and Korean and wears hearing aids.
Sounds like a Leafy video. Surprised he hasn't found that yet.
I told her. That's what I said. I said it sounds like a parody.
Yeah.
And she tells me if the idea of diverse races is so foreign to me, I should expand my circles. Tommy, I'm Black.
I know you're Black. That's the funny part.
Yeah, I know.
You know what she should have told that bitch to do? You should have told that bitch to check her fucking privilege, white girl. That's what you should have told her to do.
I should have.
Yeah, you're damn right. Bitch, you have no idea. You know what you should have said? You shouldn't really be dramatic about it. You have any idea what it's like to be put in chains and whipped by a white man? No, you don't. No, you don't. So you can't have an opinion, you fucking cunt.
Oh, I should. I
would have done that.
These people online, man. These SJWs,
They're the best.
I really can't.
You know, it's like they're really hurting. Like this bitch over here is hurting. You know, God, it's making victims less believable.
Tags.
These other people, they make it seem like us Americans are just like at each other's friggin' throats. It's not like that. It's just not like that. And it was really
People
never
aren't
like that in my
helping their
lifetime.
cause.
There was always incidents and stuff. There was Rodney King and there was the OJ stuff. And God, it's never been worse than it is now. In my lifetime.
The false flagging.
Yeah.
They're not helping their cause when they just.
I don't think they have one. Go to Tim Pool's video. They want this. The both of them. They want blood.
Yeah.
And they're getting it. Don't get wrapped up in it. And again, I don't care what your politics. If you're on the left, you're the right. If you sympathize, obviously, I'm going to sympathize with the Trump supporters that are not alt-right neo-Nazis. I'm gonna, but I mean, I'm gonna, like, if you sympathize with the left, just don't get involved with the Antifa. I'm telling my guys to fucking stay away. It's the wrong way to do things. You know,
the radical side is not
the radical. They're not even telling you the truth. And the alt-right is doing the same thing as the SJWs. The same tactics. They're the ones that might have nailed Sargon, actually. Strangely enough, it's not impossible. I think it's unlikely. I think Jack clipped him, but So, but it's important. It's important to come on and say, hey, rest of the world, us Americans. You're Canadian, though, right?
No, I'm born from the city.
Oh, you're from the city?
New York.
You're from New York? You don't even have an accent.
I lost it. I moved upstate.
Oh, did you? Where do you live? By Keemstar?
No.
You should take a doozy dump on his front lawn. Doozy tank.
Next video coming.
You take a dump in his lawn and do a vlog. This is gonna take a dump in Keemstar's lawn. Yeah, it's got a lot of jump cuts and really crazy stuff.
I'll do it every day, bro.
Yeah, and have a crazy blonde guy with you that just goes, yeah, the whole time. Great.
If you dye your hair, you could be a sidekick.
Yeah, I'm too old. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, all right, thanks a lot.
Bye-bye. Doozy Tank, everybody. Go check out his YouTube channel. He made a video about, I think he retweeted that. Hold on a second. Bob Ross, you're on the air. 3, 2, 1, you blew it, Bob. Carew, you're on the air.
Hi.
Hi.
I just have a question. Have you seen the picture from the Nazi in Charlottesville wearing the 86th Air Force hat, which was the Air Force that stormed Normandy?
Yeah, ironic, isn't it?
It's so stupid. It's got these people just like,
dude, they're just like like I said, they're just like the SJWs. You know, the SJWs are like gays for Islam. Well, these guys are Nazis that are proud of the American troops that stormed Normandy. You know, I mean, you're seeing
we're Nazis, but we want to fight Nazis.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. It doesn't even surprise me. Not at all.
To be honest, knowing the state of America,
they want blood. They want blood. I find it more concerning that I'm hearing mainstream anchors, pundits on mainstream news stations saying there was no violence from the left. That is the scariest fucking thing I'm seeing. That's not true. No, there was violence.
Violence all around.
There was violence all around, and the president was right to say what he said. It was also important that he did point out the right because it was the far right because it was their rally. But it was absolutely correct.
I do think Trump could have worded what he said maybe slightly better.
Yeah, you know what? I'm so sick of doing that. Everybody says that when I don't think you know what? It wouldn't have mattered. It's just like he said. Fake news media would have fucking found something else. They're always looking. If he blows his nose. No, I don't even buy that. Yeah, he could have worded it better. Call the Antifa a bunch of commies and call those alt-right guy just a bunch of Nazis. And they still, you think that would have went over? That's much more direct. He said many sides.
He should just walk straight and gone, you're all cunts.
See, yeah, well, here's the problem. The mainstream media wants to think that Antifa is just a bunch of good-hearted American protesters. They're stone fucking cold red. Lieber rot als tot.
Yeah, thankfully, because I'm not in America, that's not a thing here.
No, wait.
Like, yeah, everyone's fighting.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's fine over there. Wait till the fucking Arabs run down your neighborhood.
Yeah, they're on the doorstep already.
Have a good day. Yeah, there's problems everywhere. Jose Sanders Journeys. You're on the air. Jose Sanders Journeys. Over the wall. Oh, you didn't make it, Jose. No way, Jose. You didn't make it. Burn, you're on the air, bud.
You know, Tommy, I got to tell you something.
Go ahead.
For the longest time,
you trying to get banned?
A fan, and there's a rarity to this.
Yeah.
I'm calling for the first time.
Are you really?
Yeah.
What do you have?
Commie C gang, though.
What? Oh, you fucking jerk. Fuck you, Commie C. Ban that guy from my server. T-Dog, you're on here.
What do you have? Commie C gang, though.
Oh, God. T-Dog, turn down my stream.
Fuck you,
T-Dog, are you there? T-Dog, you blew it. There's a lot of names I don't fucking recognize. Will Woot, you're on the air.
Hey man, what's up?
What you got?
You did bring up what my point was going to be a little bit earlier, but it was essentially like with this person and this story and this rape allegation that's come out, and the fact that it's all kind of seeming to fall apart a bit, and like under your stream today and Scare's interview, I feel like the main thing that's going to be taken from it from viewers is that it's not true. I'm not saying she's lying.
Yeah, it doesn't. Well, I think if I was going to word it better, that I think you can come to a reasonable assumption, an educated guess that she might not be telling the truth. There is no hard evidence that she's not telling the truth, but one can come to I think a reasonable conclusion that her story makes almost no sense. That it only could be dreamed up by a child because only a child's worldview could produce a lie that's stupid. Dog
How old is
ate
she?
my homework, for Christ's sakes.
Do you know how old she actually is?
18. At least that's
Okay.
what Google said. You know how
She
reliable
should know better than. I don't know. Like, but the problem is that like with the kind of audience and how impressionable the YouTube audience is, I feel like it's just going to make it more difficult because if this comes out again in the future, then like it's going to make it harder for people to believe it. It's like, oh, it's just this like that bitch line again.
Yeah. And somebody's going to get really hurt one day, and there's not going to be any justice served because of like, virtual signaling dolts like this one. Hey, sweetheart, you're not going to be good looking forever. And when you hit the wall and you say stuff like this, nobody's going to listen to you. Nobody's going to care. As soon as you're not pretty, nobody cares because you didn't learn anything. Already on your way to being a fully functioning stupid woman. All right. Have a good one, Will.
No worries, dude.
Have a good one. Super Topes. Donator.
Hi, Tom.
Gay man. And
how are you? Can you hear me?
Arab. Muslim.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Can you hear me though?
Yes, I can, you fuckhead.
Okay, I'm really sorry. Fuck, I'm so confused right now. There's
See? I didn't blow up my donator. Can't say I'm pandering. Come on. You can do better than that, Super Topes. Can you do better than that, for Christ's sakes?
No. They're saying she's exercising her right for free speech.
Well, of course she is, and so am I. Her right for...
No. The thing is, she's not... to me, the fucking First Amendment is not the star in Superman. You can't just yell fire in the theater.
This might be... I don't think that equates to fire in a crowded building, but I don't think her free speech is coming... I don't think she... no one's telling her she can't say this. There's consequences for what you say. That's all that's going on. Is that what I don't know what card she's pulling because she's hiding right now.
Yeah, but at the same time, she has no leg to stand on, and these people.
Not unless she drops the bomb. Says who it was.
Right.
But obviously the cops didn't really look all that much into it. Scarce didn't ask the good questions. Did you file a police report? What department was it with? Is or was there an official investigation? Was forensic evidence taken away from the alleged perpetrator's home or crime scene? Was the alleged victim subject to a SAK? I think I'm done with this shit. Ugh. Oh my. Ugh. Now I got to go to my inhaler. Why do you suck so bad at calling today? Why are you so terrible at calling?
I'm sorry. As soon as
you're not Super Topes, are you? You're not Super Topes.
I am, you shit. I am, you shit sack.
Call me a shit sack.
Like as soon as you direct me
are you on drugs? Are you on fucking
okay.
smack or something?
No,
Why can't you
no.
talk? You can't talk. What's the matter with you?
No, I'm trying to, you ass. Literally, as soon as you pulled me up here, my nephew barged into my room and was looking for my car keys. So yeah, it kind of threw me off a bit. So I do apologize for the start of that sentence. But
what is with you not being able to What the hell? I'm just punishing everybody for Christ's sakes. Mindu, you're on here. You blew it, Mindu. You know that? You know, you could have talked to Tommy C. You know that? Ugh. Couldn't even get a joke out of it. Mr. Zodiacan. You're on the air. I want to go to the bar. So you guys are going to fuck around with me. I'm going to go somewhere else. Zodiacan, you there?
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Alright, I just think the bitch is a retard. Like,
Yes.
she's retarded.
How did you come to that conclusion? Did that take a lot of thought?
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
Like, her not dropping the name. Her not,
Yeah.
her stupidity when she crossed...
You can't talk either. What are you criticizing her for? God, you guys are awful today. I'm ashamed of you, sir. You know what you have to do for penance? You have to go buy a t-shirt to make up for this.
Oh, nah.
You know where you could buy a t-shirt at? Well, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
right in the description box below.
I'm going to.
T-shirts, hoodies, become a certified fuckhead, all sorts of good stuff in the Shop from the Point official merch store in the description box below. You have to buy one if you're a bad caller.
What?
All right, I gotta go. Get out of here. Get some better headphones or something.
See you, man.
Bye-bye. Take care. Go buy a t-shirt. Everybody. I did the best I could with this. Tomorrow, if something major doesn't happen, love phones. 271 people here. Hey, do you think I could get over 100 at least? You liked it? Give me a like. Get the word around. Shit happens here, and then I do a story on Fiverr guys. Next thing you know, it blows up. Get it here. Usually get it here first. You really do. You usually get it here first. That's the truth. The way things are going to go. I'll tell you the way I'm going to predict it. Old Clarissa got a nice slap of reality in her face. Hey, sweetheart, you got your own business. You got your own YouTube channel. Now you're an adult. And now there's adult consequences.
This is the almighty infinite, independent excellence. Devil fighting, rebel titan, weed smoking alchemist. Fake identities, okay, you cool with Jason Bourne. Running with these Wolverines, okay, you about to catch a storm. I ain't never been a liar, got tired of niggas playing me. Head in my legs like she about to catch a pedigree. Chi-Town, the King's home, slapping fives, black stones. 6 mile to danger zones, bullets look like waffle cones. Folk affiliated the evolution of Machiavelli. Don't make me lead them eagles to you like I'm Chip Kelly. They feel my struggle, I express it through my hip hop. I'm about to make it hard to breathe, here's a headline.